Hello, good morning everybody. I'm Kayla and today I have a class that is not just about flexibility of the body and practicing balancing poses today, but it's also a practice of flexibility of the mind. How well can you be disciplined and practice focusing and also make room for flexibility? Because let's face it, when obstacles come up, which they always do in life, we have to be able to move through those obstacles and challenges. So how well are you at that? Just as well as you practice. So today we're going to work on this skill together. We will begin, as always, with presence, with our breath. So let's use the breath as our tool, this free tool that we have access to every single day that anchors us in our body and in the present moment. It provides a clarity of mind and emotional calm. So let's breathe with this intention in mind. So go ahead and close your eyes. Maybe take one hand over your heart and one over the belly. Drop the chin down slightly. Soften all the muscles in the face, the skin, even the scalp. Simply breathe in and out of the nose. And just notice the way it feels to breathe right now, where the breath is in the body. Make the intention to draw your attention into your heart center and invite your soul, your spirit, into your heart and become more aware of all of the subtle energies working within you. Pull your aura in, your energy close around you, around the body. And then imagine growing roots from the base of the spine down into all the layers of the earth until you reach the center of the earth and wrap the roots around that center, the core of the earth, locked in there, rooted and grounded in your body, connected to the earth. And then breathe in through the nose. Bring your attention to the top of your head. Notice the grounded sensations in the body on the exhales. And on the inhale, invite light and openness in through the top of the head. Make a connection to something greater than you, God, creative consciousness, whatever you want to call it. Universal spirit. And find that you are in between the two. Blink the eyes open. Take your hands to your thighs and then all the way down, drop them off the knees and onto the ground. Lift the knees up. Take your feet out wider. And then bring your hands to your heart. Come into a Malasana squat here. And if you want to, if it feels good, you can kind of move side to side, swaying the hips and pressing down through all parts of the feet. enlivening the nerve endings of your feet. Lift the chest and the sternum. Press the knees away, the legs away with the elbows, and send your tailbone down towards the ground. Find a lift through the top of the head, nice long neck. Deep breath in through the nose, and exhale, take your hands to the ground and then send your hips up to the ceiling. Heel toe the toes in to the middle, hip width distance apart. And then roll up all the way to standing. Awesome. Take your hands to your hips, heel toe the feet out wide again, and then turn the toes outward. Take a seat down low into a low squat, and then press up on the exhale. We're going to warm up the legs, the inner thighs, and stretch the inner thigh too. Come back down and slowly grow tall. Press through the heels of the feet. Let's do it again. So send your hips down. We're just warming up all of the major muscles in the legs. The big muscles, the quads, the hamstrings. Keep on going. Come back down, nice and steady. Press firmly and evenly through both feet. Utilize all the muscles. Squeeze the glutes up at the top and then come back down. On the exhale, press up. Let's go one more time. So send your hips down, inhale. Maybe go a little deeper this time, hold there, and then exhale, slowly come up. Nice. Shake out the legs, one at a time. Bring the feet together again. Take your hands out in front of you, and you're gonna grow tall. Come up onto, kind of start to sway back and forth in the heels and then the toe mound, the heels and the toe mound. I have these bell-bottom leggings on, so now you can see I'm just kind of pressing forward into the toes and then back into the heels. Okay, so keep that going until you can start to lift up even higher. Use your ankles, start to warm up the calf muscles here. As you press into the heels, lean back and then lift up onto the toes. And then see if you can hold a little longer up on the toes. Find a spot out in front of you to softly gaze at, creating that focused attention so that you can balance. And when you feel like your calves got a nice workout there and they're warmed up, you can come down to rest and then shake out each leg. So if you're on your mat, turn towards the top of the mat. Bring the feet in close and then touch the big toes together. Send the heels out a little bit wide. So you're pigeon-toed here. Inhale, send your hips back like you're sitting in a chair. Reach the arms out in front. And then turn the whole arm bone underneath and upward. So we're in this external rotation in the arms. Rather than rounding in, we're opening up that way. Okay, so the pinky side is curled up and towards the sky. Great. Spread the fingers wide, sit into your chair, and then tuck the tailbone just slightly. Press the weight into the heels and then lift the toes up. Big deep breaths in and out of the nose. If it's pretty intense for you, then you can utilize your breath and release some of that tension with an exhale through the mouth. Great. On your next exhale, swing the hands down, hinge at the hips, and forward fold. Okay, so bend in the right knee just slightly, and the left leg is more towards straight, but not locked out. So don't lock the left knee, just keep it slightly bent, whereas the right knee is generously bent. Take your right hand out in the center in between the feet, and then lift your left arm up, come into this twist, getting into the left hip a little bit deeper here. And then sweep that hand down, straighten out both legs, and roll up the spine all the way to standing. Take the hands to the low back and slight back bend. Lift the chin. We're going to roll back down, so hinge at the hips, bend the knees as you forward fold. I hope this mic is picking up my sound well because I've got it on my turtleneck, so it's like right underneath my chin. Okay, send your hips down and reach the arms out in front for chair pose again. This time open up the arms out wide and then maybe lift the hands upward. Press the elbows back behind you, and as if you're trying to squeeze the pencil in between your shoulder blades, squeeze the shoulder blades. Slight tilt, tuck of the tailbone, press into the heels, toes are slightly inward. Okay, take the hands to the heart and then twist to the left. So take the right elbow to the outside of the left leg, and then you'll actually want to actively push your left knee thigh into the right elbow while your right elbow is pressing in towards the leg, and that creates a balance. Inhale, come back to center, lift the chest, and come all the way up to standing. Great. Inhale, sweep the hands down and out in front as you come back into the chair. Lift your left leg up and cross it over the right leg. Hold it there. Sit back into the chair as deep as you can while your left leg is crisscrossed over the right. All right, so listen carefully here. You're gonna keep the left leg hovering as you unwind and then step it back behind you for crescent lunge. Reach the arms up. And exhale, sweep the hands down and behind your low back. Clasp your hands, straighten out the arms. Press the chest slightly forward. Shine your heart. Deep breath in through your heart center. And drop your shoulder heads down and away from your ears. Moving on here, take the left knee down to the ground, release your hands, and then take your hands both on the inside of your right leg, right foot. Turn your left foot back behind you so that you can't, it's in a, let's see. It's more like a kickstand behind you, and tuck the toes under. Walk your hands over to the left side or the back of your mat, and then reach your right arm up as you straighten out the right leg. Remember, we have to be flexible in our mind. So we're practicing this, just going with the flow while being super focused, because we kind of have to if you're going to be able to keep up. Okay, so again, listen carefully. Sweep your right hand down and out, back over towards your right foot. Take your left leg out behind you and then lift that left leg up. And then turn your right toes towards your left toes. And if your stance is a little too wide, then you can heel toe them a little closer together, and we're in this wide-legged forward fold. Let's take a couple more deep breaths here as we allow the spine to just unwind, relax, create space in between the vertebrae. Allow your head to go heavy and the neck to be long. Okay, slide your hands out in front, lift up your chest so that you're in this wide-legged tabletop position. Bend at the knees and then hop together. Maybe you need a few hops until you get to the middle. Walk your hands close in, forward fold.
And then just like a rag doll, just let your arms hang as you roll all the way up to standing.
Reach your arms out wide and then up. Press the palms together, slight back bend, and then hands to your heart. Great. We're going to step to the back of the mat. Sweep your hands down by your side, sit into your chair. Hold here in the chair. Press the knees and the big toes together. Heels slightly out wide. Tuck the tailbone and then also activate the core. Find a lift in the chest. Look straight forward. And on your exhale, forward fold. Inhale, rise all the way up to standing. And then exhale, sit back into your chair. Reach the arms out in front and then wide like goalposts. Spread the fingers wide, open up the chest, squeeze the back body, tuck the tailbone. Sit a little bit deeper. And then exhale, sweep the hands down. This time bend into the left knee, straighten out the right. Place the hand out in front of you, the left hand, and then reach your right arm up for a twist. Press your right hip back behind you. And exhale, sweep the hand down. Inhale, rise up and sit into a chair and bring your hands to your heart center. We're going to twist now to the right side, elbow to the outside of the right leg. Press both hands together and then lift your right elbow up towards the sky. Maybe look over your right shoulder. Press firmly through the left foot. Notice if you're putting too much weight in the right and start to even it out. Next, inhale, lift the chest, bring the hands to center and look up. And then forward fold. Reach the arms out wide and stand up all the way to mountain pose. Exhale, hands to heart. And then sit down back into your chair. This time you're going to lift your left leg up and, your right leg up and over. Cross over the left leg. Sit down into the chair. You can even hook your right foot behind the ankle if that's available to you. We're going to slowly unwind, keep hovering that right foot and step it back for crescent lunge. Reach the arms up. And then exhale, sweep the hands down into your low back, clasp the hands, straighten the arms, lift the chest and the chin, sit a little bit deeper, press into the front left heel, straight right leg. There's this nice opening in the front of the right leg, the hip flexor. And then gently just press your knee away from the inside, so to the outer edge of the left foot. Release your hands. Take your right knee down, hands down, and then walk it over. Make a kickstand with your right foot as you're making this maneuver into this modified version of Wild Thing. Reach the left arm up nice and strong with intention as you have a nice straight leg. It's one of my favorite poses. It's such a beautiful stretch, I think. Okay, moving on. Sweep your left hand down and out in front. Make it as graceful like you're touching the water. And we're going to tuck the back toes under of the right foot, lift that leg up, the left knee up, and then turn the toes toward one another, come into this wide-legged forward fold. Maybe take the hands to the outer edges of your ankles or behind your calves. Tilt the tailbone slightly up towards the sky to get a nice stretch and opening around the sacrum. press your weight a little bit more into the glutes, the hips, and stretching the hamstrings. Great. Sweep the hands out in front of you. Heel toe your feet together. Close hip width distance apart. Reach the arms out wide as you rise all the way to standing. We've arrived. Press the hands to the heart. Awesome. Okay, so let's come all the way down onto the back now. And before we end in Shavasana, let's take a bridge pose. So press down through the heels and then lift the hips up to the sky. Lower the hips down, take your knees side to side. Good job practicing flexibility of body and mind and focusing. Okay, let's come into final rest, Shavasana. Stay here for about 10 minutes. Just simply breathing and practicing present moment awareness and body awareness. Thank you, as always, for being here with me and making that commitment to yourself for personal growth. It's what really will change the world, change your life, and create peace and harmony all around you. I'll see you tomorrow. Namaste.